Hi, welcome back to Type 2, where we discuss everything about Type 2 diabetes in a way that everyone can understand. I've received a lot of questions about the best diet for Type 2 diabetes. But you need to understand that Type 2 diabetes is not a yes or no disease. It's a progressive multifactorial condition where high blood sugar is just a result of all this mess that's going on in your body. So depending on which stage you're at, some things might work for you or not. Now, we think that insulin is the one regulating the sugar in your blood. But beta cells do not release insulin on their own. They can't just be like, okay, we're bored, let's just release some insulin. They can't do that. Glucose is the one that personally goes inside your beta cells and force the beta cells to release insulin. Glucose will get in, close some channels that you can see on my previous video, and make sure that insulin is released. Then this insulin is used for the glucose to get inside different cells. And for a long time, your blood sugar will stay normal. But later, your body will start to resist this insulin. And after many more years of all this, a lot of glucose, forcing the beta cells to produce a lot of insulin, your pancreas, the beta cells, some of them will just die, some of them will have broken legs, not broken legs, but they're impaired, like they can't produce or release insulin. And at the end, your beta cell function will decline. And you will be almost like type 1 diabetes if you have type 2 diabetes for so long and you didn't take care of it. So, when someone asks me, what is the best diet for type 2 diabetes? I would ask you, where are you in this timeline? If you're someone who's here and your beta cells are still okay, they're producing enough insulin, maybe just reducing the amount of food you're eating or adding some exercise to improve your insulin sensitivity will be enough for you. But if you're here, maybe that's not enough because you don't have enough insulin production. So for you, maybe a low-carb diet would work better because you don't want to bring even more stress to your pancreas with all these carbohydrates that change quickly to glucose. So for you, maybe a ketogenic diet or low-carb diet or something like that might work better. But for someone who is here with no beta cells, no insulin, even if I give you $1 million to come up with a diet that will work for you, it won't work. You probably need to take insulin. So at the end of the day, when you are making a diet plan for patients with type 2 diabetes, it has to be according to the patient. That's why every endocrinologist will teach their patients how to manage their diabetes. We call it diabetes self-management. Why? Because an endocrinologist is like a coach. We can give you some instructions, but you are the one who's playing the game. You're the only one who will know. That's why you need to measure your blood sugar if you have diabetes. Well, even if you don't have diabetes, if you're at risk for type 2 diabetes, check it here. Start measuring your blood sugar. For example, if you want to know if you can still eat rice, now before you eat, you measure your blood sugar, and it's 100. Now, after eating, after 1 hour, it goes to 300. And then after 2 hours, maybe 150. So, do you think this is good for you? No. But let's say you change half of the rice with vegetables, and then you measure your blood sugar on another day, 100. And after eating, 150. After 2 hours, 120. Which one do you think works for you? I don't need to tell you which one works for you. You know. And it's very easy nowadays to measure blood sugar. Just by a glucose meter or glucometer, I don't know how you call it. 1 drop of blood and you know your blood sugar. Back in the days, Do you know how doctors used to diagnose people with diabetes? They used to check their urine. They had to go like, tastes like donuts, diabetes. Do you know how bad that was? Like, if we had to do that right now, a lot of us would quit medical school. Don't judge. There are more than 460 million people living with diabetes. You'd quit too? So when I make videos on diet for type 2 diabetes, you have to check your blood sugar to confirm if what I'm saying is good for you. Not just me, even other channels on YouTube. When you see this type of diet, that type of diet, make sure that you double check everything. Don't follow anyone blindly, not even myself. This is just to improve your understanding. Okay, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe here. Yeah, subscribe. See you next time. Be blessed. Bye.